Just keep going. Yeah,
All
nice.
right. My next story, it's a bit of a longer one.
Okay, cool. Is this weird?
Yeah.
Mm.
So there was a fella called Elmer J. McCurdy, born January 1st, 1880 till October 7th, 1911. He was an American outlaw who was killed in a shootout with police after robbing a train in Oklahoma. He was dubbed the bandit who wouldn't give up because, you fast forward, his mummified body was put on display at Oklahoma Funeral Home, and then he became a fixture on a traveling carnival and sideshow circuit during the 1920s through the 1960s. Now, I've sort of given away the ending here. I should have started
Okay.
with what I read.
Yeah.
So maybe you can edit this to be better. But so his body's embalmed and gone through a traveling carnival for 1920s to the 1960s for 40 years. He changed hands several times and eventually wound up at the Pike Amusement Zone in Long Beach, California, where they were filming. So I should have started with this. They were filming the $6 Million Man
Oh.
there
Yeah.
at this Pike Amusement Park in Long Beach, California.
Mm.
And as they were moving one of the props, the arm snapped off and they noticed muscles and bones inside. And they're like, what the heck? So they reported it to the police.
Yeah.
And they've done this this massive research, and it was a person that was on display. They just thought it was like a fake outlaw
Oh my
dummy.
God.
So families are going through this amusement place in Long Beach, California, dead body hanging from the roof
Oh my God.
forever. So and they didn't know until like they moved it and it snapped off, and they saw like stuff inside. So from when he was born to being mummified to there, it had been lost along the way that it was an actual human. So it was just on display at a kid's amusement park. Now,
Very realistic one.
yeah, well, it was missing its like toes. It was missing ears. So,
Fuck.
but it was so leathery. It just looked like
Yeah.
a real shitty fucking mannequin.
Yeah.
So, the way it happened was, I won't worry about his actual backstory. So there's a photo of him there as well.
Oh,
So
looks proper real.
Curtis' body was taken to the Undertaker in Oklahoma, where it was unclaimed. The owner and the Undertaker embalmed the body with an arsenic-based preservative, typically used in the era to preserve a body for a long period of time when there was no next of kin. Mm-hmm. He shaved the face because it was an outlaw, so he shaved him, dressed the body in a suit, and stored it in the back of the funeral home. Because the body lay unclaimed, he wouldn't bury it because it was going to cost him money.
Yeah. Wow.
Because it already cost him money, so he's done all the services.
Yeah.
So he's not burying it, and he's not. He wouldn't release the body until he was paid.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Well, I've got this dead stuffed body. What am I going to do with it? I'm a funeral home, so he's going to put it on display."
Oh my God.
Right?
What?
Which sounds weird to us, but I think in multiculture they put the dead body out after a few days at the home.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I think there's other South American cultures where
Yeah.
they dress the body doing its favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like if it's playing piano, they'll set it up.
Yeah.
Playing piano, and you can go visit it.
Yeah.
Lucky I don't live there because I'll be jerking off after. Or just playing with a big pair of titties.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So he dressed the corpse up in street clothes, placed a rifle in the hands, and stood it up in the corner of the funeral home. So for a nickel, he let visitors see the bandit who wouldn't give up. It started to become a popular attraction at the funeral home and drew the attention of carnival promoters. So they hear about this bandit who won't give up. And back in the day, the carnivals and the traveling, the fucking women with the moustaches.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
2025 now, it's just normal. Johnson received numerous offers to sell McCurdy's corpse, but refused. October 6, 1916, a man calling himself Ava contacted Johnson, claiming to be McCurdy's long-lost brother from California. Ava had already contacted the Osage, the county sheriff, and a local attorney to get permission to take custody of the body and ship it to San Francisco for a proper burial. The following day, Ava arrived at the funeral home with another man that called himself Wayne, who also claimed to be McCurdy's brother. So Johnson released the body to the men, who put it on a train and shipped it to San Francisco. Well, instead of shipping it to San Francisco, they shipped it to Arkansas City, Kansas, because the men who claimed to be his siblings were in fact James and Charles Patterson, the owner of the Great Patterson Carnival Shows, a traveling carnival. After learning from his brother Charles about the popular embalmed bandit, the two concocted a scheme to take possession of the body so they could feature it in his carnival. Now, McCurdy's corpse would be featured in Patterson's carnival as the outlaw who would never be captured alive until 1922. Then Patterson sold his whole carnival to a guy called Louis Sonny. Sonny then used the corpse in his travelling Museum of Crime, which featured wax replicas of famous outlaws Jesse James and Bill Doolin for 6 years. It was part of the official sideshow that accompanied the Trans-American Foot Race. In 1933, it was acquired for a time by a director called Dwayne Esper to promote his exploitation film Narcotic. This is where the story changes, and the corpse was placed in the lobby of theatres as a dead dope fiend, whom Esper claimed had killed himself while surrounded by police after he robbed a drugstore to support his habit. So he's like, changed the story on him. By the time Esper acquired McCurdy's body, it had become mummified. The skin was hard, shriveled, and the body had shrunk.
Yeah.
Esper claimed the skin deterioration was proof of the dope fiend's drug abuse. After Sonny died in 1949, the corpse was placed in storage in an LA warehouse for 15 years. In 1964, his son Dan lent the corpse to filmmaker David Friedman, resulting in a brief appearance in Friedman's film She Freak in 1967. So they've got a real dead body in that movie.
Oh my God.
In 1968, Dan sold the body with other wax figures for $10,000 to Spoonie Singh, the owner of Hollywood Wax Museum. So people thought that everyone else is wax, and this other dead body, they all thought it was just a wax figure. Singer bought the figures for two Canadian men who exhibited them at Mount Rushmore. While being exhibited there, the corpse sustained a lot of damage in a windstorm, lost the tips of the ears, fingers, toes were blown off.
Fucking hell.
The men eventually returned the corpse back to Singh, who decided that it looked too gruesome and not like life enough to exhibit anymore in the Wax Museum. So he sold it to Ed Lurch, part owner of the Pike Amusement Zone in Long Beach, California.
Didn't look real enough. It's a fucking real
Well, it's too gruesome.
body.
It was too gruesome because it was a wax museum. They need to look more lifelike.
Yeah.
By 1976, McCurdy's corpse was hanging in the Laugh in the Dark Funhouse exhibition at the Pike. And it was discovered because they were filming $6 Million Man there, and a prop man thought it was a wax mannequin hanging from the gallows, which is where your head's out. And the mannequin's arm broke off with human bone and muscle tissue. By the time they did the autopsy, it only weighed 23 kilos and was 160 centimeters in height. There was some hair visible on the sides and the back of the head, while the ears, big toes, and fingers were missing. The examination revealed incisions from the original autopsy and embalming, and tests on the tissue found arsenic, which they figured out was in embalming fluid only up to the late 1920s. It had tuberculosis in the lungs, bunions and scars that McCurdy was documented to have, so they matched it all up. The bullet that caused his death was removed during the autopsy, but the jacket of the bullet was found in him, and they pinpointed the area of when the man was clued, matched it all up, took some radiographs of the skull, and superimposed it and figured out that it was McCurdy.
Imagine, so you're it's in a film studio now almost, or whatever they're doing. It's just sitting around as a mannequin.
Well, it's buried now.
Yeah, but you're carrying it around going, this mannequin's in the way, and you're just picking it up. It's only 23 kilos.
Yeah.
So you're just like, I'll move it over here. And you're just picking up some human dead body.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
So eventually they tracked down his ancestors and they buried him in 1977 with 300 people in attendance.
300 people?
Buried next to Bill Doolin, the outlaw. To ensure McCurdy's body wasn't stolen, 2 feet of concrete was poured over the casket. How good would it be if he showed up somewhere again?
Oh, my Lord.